look another slide, but with a map of country names. When we talk about mobility, we are talking about Erasmus Mundus, joint master, we are talking about European degree. All these students that are expected to come and study, what is the history? If you look until 2020, the top country for source of the students are on the left hand side. China, India, Vietnam, South Korea. These are countries of origin. Students from these countries, they go out the most. Now if they're going out, where are they going? Then right hand side, the host countries. Globally, as you can see, still the top destination for higher education is the Anglo-Saxon countries, US, UK, Australia. Only at number 4 position, you will find the European country. Now the same number, a bit more cool-looking slide, to show you where people are going to, and what is the source. So this arrow, this point of the arrow, is pointing to the host country. And the start of that line, the dot, is the source. So you can see all these big lines. It shows, let's say, the number 1 country for international students right now in the world is China. If you look at the map, you will get a very good visualization from China looking. It's going to Australia, going to US, going to Canada, going to UK, a lot of different countries in Europe. So when we talk about Erasmus Mundus joint master degree, this is what is happening, but at a smaller scale. Because these students that you see, the numbers that you see, they also include Erasmus Mundus joint master degree students. But this gives an overall global overview. Now that being said, let me introduce our panelists. Our first panelist is Dr. AFM Shahin Shah. He is an associate professor of English Technical University here in Turkey. I will request Dr. Shah to please come on the stage. Big round of applause for him. Our second panelist for today is Iman Ben Ramia. She is the president of African Students and Alumni Forum. Our third panelist is Samir Behari. He is the president of Oceans Network and interestingly also an AMJ alumni. Our fourth panelist is Anha Luo, currently working as an education and research consultant at European Union delegation in Vietnam. Same as Samir, is also an Erasmus Mundus joint master degree alumni. So, and I think I have to introduce myself now. So me, Raju Bhuya, the director for Outreach and Capacity Building Unit. I've been in this role since I think 2021 July. I think when Raquel was talking that there are some old people, maybe you realize. She was talking maybe about me. Because in EMA you can only be a board member for 2 terms. 1 term is 2 years, 2 term 4 years. Term is coming to an end next year. So yeah, and now what I will do is, as you've heard me talk too many times, I will pass the microphone to our panelists so they can introduce themselves and you can know a little bit about them from their mouth already.
Hello everybody. So I would like to introduce myself as somebody who wears many hats. So I wear the hat of somebody who is a translator, a PhD researcher in the field of translation. I'm also a lecturer in university, but one of my most favorite hats to wear is the president of ASAF, which is the African Student and Alumni Forum. It's the newest alumni network to be created. So yeah, I'm looking forward to contributing to this beautiful panel.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. I kind of infiltrated Oceans as an EMA member. I was first an EMA member and then later I became an Oceans member. And then now you have your own EMA member in Oceans Board. That's cool. I mean, give some advantages. When it comes to international education, I was really passionate about, I was talking about this just a couple minutes ago at the table, since my high school. Even while I was in high school in Bosnia and Herzegovina, I come from Bosnia. And I was very, very kind of, interested to study abroad, to get exposed to various educational systems besides my own, in my own home country. That's why already during my bachelor's, which I started in Bosnia, I did 3 exchange programs. The first one in Germany, in Berlin. The second one, half year, 1 semester in Turkey, in the city of Samsun. And finally, I finished my bachelor's as an exchange student at the Sapienza University in Rome. And then my master's, as it was mentioned, was the Erasmus Mundus joint master degree in global studies at the University of Vienna and University of Leipzig in Germany. Currently, I'm doing my PhD, and guess what? I'm researching exchange programs and students. Actually, I'm researching the influence of international exchange programs on brain drain and brain circulation of students from the Western Balkan region. So basically, what happens to people like you who get a scholarship from the 6 Western Balkan countries and leave the region. But I will not be nagging you on this. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to discuss this over the dinner tomorrow during the day. But I'm very, very happy to be here today. Thank you.
My name is Shansha. I am an associate professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Istanbul University, Istanbul, Turkey. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings to people watching us online from Istanbul. It's my pleasure to be here, so thank you for having me. I'm Ha from Hanoi, Vietnam. I'm now the country representative for Vietnam at EMA, and also did my master with year in 2018 to 2020. I had 6 years of working for international environments, including United Nations in Vietnam and in cultures in Switzerland, the EU-funded research project with Mary Curie Fellowship at the German University for 2 years, and now, as Rachel already shared, I'm now working with EU delegation in Vietnam. Thank you very much, and I would love to have fruitful discussions.
Now that we know our panelists, I have one question to ask to the audience. We can also make a segmentation in the audience. The question is in terms of AMGM, who is a current student? Can you please raise your hand? Okay, students. So, current student, we have many current students. Thank you very much. The next is who is an alumni who already graduated. I need to raise my hand. You also here. Well, that's also allowed. I think more are alumni. And the third question is for our coordinators. Among you who are currently the coordinators of different AMGM programs. Okay, you have some this table here and there also. Nice. Why I say this, because when you talk about degree recognition, alumni just to put context, there was Erasmus Mundus joint PhDs also. Now that has shifted to degree. So Tarun is part of that joint doctorate. So the context here is when you talk about degree recognition, if there's a problem, it has already been faced by the alumni. it might be faced by the students in the near future, and what can we do about it, we can discuss with the coordinators. So we'll now go into the panel discussion. In the beginning, maybe I'll start with Imam Benravia. When we talk about EU joint degrees, can you provide a brief overview of this? Why is it different from any other? And from your perspective, Asaf, you are from Morocco, you are studying in Europe. From your perspective, why is it important for students to be aware of the recognition issues before they enroll in such a very different type of program?
So when it comes to joint degrees, the first thing that comes to my mind is obviously the technical side of it. It's degrees offered by consortia of universities, and students get recognition from a variety of universities. But really, what mostly strikes me about it is that it embodies richness and multinationalism. So when I see a specific person, what I see in them is a garden. And this garden needs to be nurtured by planting different seeds. This is not only for the value of variety, but it's also for the purpose of enriching the soil of that garden. And that's the analogy that I would like to make with joint degrees. Joint degrees are something that at some point were seen as, well, it's an option. But now I think it's getting more and more necessary with the landscape of the world. I think that the more we grow as a people, as a global world, the more we need people who have learned in different societies and cultures. But when I say culture, I don't only mean the culture of the entire country, I also mean work culture. I also mean academic culture. So a joint degree is a degree that needs to instill these values in a student. The values of there is more than just where you came from. And that also applies to where they're going to work. That also applies to the people they study around. And that applies to the various countries that they're exposed to. And when it comes to the point of recognition, I think recognition is crucial because I feel like it's crucial to know the recognition standards and expectations of both the home university, the host university, and it's also very important to be updated on policies, be updated on international agreements. And this is why organizations like EMA are so important, because you're part of a unit. You're not just your own student anymore, your own alumnus anymore. You're part of this sky that's full of stars. And when a whole sky shines, it gets noticed by people, and recognition strategies are improved.
That's quite insightful. Maybe that's an interesting perspective. We might want to get the same perspective from another academia point of view. So maybe I'll ask the same question to our first panelist, Dr. Shah. You are an associate professor there in Turkey. What is your point, your perspective or your understanding when you see it from Turkey, whatever the plan that is going on at the European degree? What do you see as the main obstacle about it, and why do you think Turkey might get an advantage or might get some difficulties in getting into this EU framework? That if you also want to be a partner, let's say your university wants to be a partner. So if you can share your perspective about EU joining this.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, in meeting my class, even I have students who comes from Erasmus. I have also one student also is going to next semester to the Erasmus. So normally we always deal with students who is coming and who is going. So when this Erasmus program people go, it's actually with multiple institutions. So there are course diversity, the language diversity, like Turkey, they use Turkish language, so he's going to Poland. One of my students were in Sister Poland. There is language diversity. There are different atmosphere. So atmosphere is also a thing to different, and also when they process their papers, also the papers is in different language. So the main problem is that about the course that they are doing there and course that we are proposing here. Sometimes course title is not same, course content not fully same. So there are some differences in the course content. So equivalency or the recognition is very important because he has to get a degree from the university if he wants to, if he is a professional like an engineer. So he might be a member of the institute to do his professional accreditation, and also for job perspective, it's very important that he get the or she get the recognition. So for these things, my suggestion is that he should research on the course curriculum. He or she should discuss with the alumni who already went there. He knows the procedure or she knows the procedure, or how they can do this paper or bureaucratic works, so that they work up these issues. Thank you.
It's true. If the curriculum they don't match, if the ECTS they don't match, then when you go and come back from an exchange, how do you validate those credits? Like with the European Union, via the Bologna process, they try to define what is one ECTS, 25 to 30 hours of work. But it's not the same outside of Europe. So if you're going for your degree mobility outside, then how are you going to add those subjects, marks, credits to your transcript? So this is a very interesting point that you brought. For the second round of questions, maybe I'll go to both our alumni, starting with Ha. Is you have, as a non-European, you have studied in Europe, went back to your country. Was it very smooth in getting your degrees recognized? What can you share the recognition of degrees? And then what is the impact of such a degree on the careers of an alumni of yours?
Okay, thank you very much, Rajul, for your very interesting question. So before I dive into that, I would like to clarify that what I share will be my own personal opinion and to reflect any official reports of any organizations. Back to the question. So, as you can see, I'm a European citizen, studying in 4 countries in Europe during my master, working in 2 countries as well. So I have to deal with a lot of admin stuff. And you know, I studied in Germany as my host country. We have a very famous saying in Germany, like we have German bureaucratic. So if you ever studied in or worked in Germany, you understand. But however, it still has some luck for me because Germany is well known worldwide as a country with high quality education. So I usually rely on that to introduce by myself to those who might not know about Erasmus Mundus, especially at my hometown, my home country. So I rather display that I studied in Germany for my master program and went to exchange in other countries in Europe. Rather than say like, okay, I went to each country like every semester. That is like very confusing for them. Even though we do the same nature or characteristic. So we say within like 3 to 4 months in the country before moving to others. And then that is one of my strategies to get my degree not only recognized officially in the exhibition of Vietnam, but also in my workplace. When I worked in Switzerland and also in Germany, that was no problem with degree recognition because they understand each other. So that's good. So when I moved back to Vietnam, I did a separate recognition procedures. In Europe, you might hear about the Bologna process, right? So it's initiated in like 1999 with 27 members at the time, and now it grew over like 48 countries so far, with international organizations, higher education institutions, and other stakeholders. However, Vietnam was not part of that, so we have a little trouble recognizing the education system that I received. You can see, for example, in Germany, we have the grading scale of 1 to 5. And when I received my first grade of 1, I was very confused. We have a joke for Asian people. I'm sorry, this might be a little over stereotyping, but for Asian people, A is acceptable, B is below acceptable. C, D, F, you can understand. So when I got the 1, I didn't know, because in Vietnam we use a grading scale of 10. So at least I need to get a 9 or 10, otherwise my parents would call me like, okay. So, and when I got my degree recognized in Vietnam, is also a good process that the government there did with the state agency. It's called NARIC. And it took like over 2 months for me to get all the paper recognized with visa permission. They need to see my paperwork that proves that I studied in real time, not like online or anything. They will check my travel documents, the grades or whatever. So that process luckily went through. I didn't have to submit any other applications anymore. And then that was optional in my country, Vietnam. And if you work in private sector, or now I'm working in the development sector, with EU innovation or previously EU, the UN, so it doesn't have to be the case. I will submit my German degree and that's it. So my advice is that you can check with your education system in the whole country or your country residence, whether it's required you to have a degree recognized to have a job that you want. It is a private, so that might be easier. You can just get submit your own degree to the government. But it is a public authority, might require another recognition process. So check it out with the education system.
When you say it depends when you go back. Are you going in the private sector or public sector? As Ha mentioned, if you go in the public sector, it might be a bit difficult to get your degree recognized outside of Europe. It's quite interesting. And also that you mentioned the German scale, 1 being the best result in the class. And just the neighboring country, France, the exams are out of 20, but 20 is the best. 0 or 1 is the worst, you have failed. So 2 neighboring countries have 2 different systems. So yeah, maybe now I will go to Samir. You are from Bosnia, you studied in Europe. Was it easy for you to get your degree recognized? Or what about your friends and family back home? If they study here, go back, or the vice versa. Was it easy for them because you are maybe closer? Can you also share your...
Very good question. So just to clarify one thing, Bosnia is a European country, but a non-EU country. So every time when I hear people speaking about Europeans, non-Europeans, there are also people in Europe who are not European Union citizens. And it creates a kind of a difference, So even before going into recognizing and not recognizing, joint master degrees, I encountered this problem even back then when I was going on one of my friends back then, were going for exchange programs. Every time we would go back after, 1 semester exchange, we would go back to our universities in Bosnia or in the Balkans, and then people would go, for a half a year, exchange law, somewhere, Berlin, Paris, Salamanca, you name it, and then they come back, and then their professors of law and their faculty tell them, oh, no, that Professor Sanchez in Granada, he didn't teach from my book. Public law, Bosnian public law in Spain, yeah, makes sense. So at the end of the day, they wouldn't get, accepted or accredited or whatever, admitted these ECTS that they got, in their exchange. However, I do not know anyone who at the end of the day, after they finish, who complained that much that this was a kind of obstacle for them. And every time when I would go to events, to promote Erasmus Cluster program, exchange program, etc., I would tell people, even though if your professors tell you in advance that they will not accept any of your ECTS credits, still go for an exchange. For at the end of the day, what matters is the difference in your CV that you will have compared to 99.9% of your peers. And the difference is huge in CV. At the end of the day, not many people will ask you what was your GPA, how long have you been studying, but if you have international experience, and then especially if you apply for international organizations, for private sector, and at the end of the day, this was also available research through Erasmus Plus impact studies, that being exposed to international programs does help quite a lot in terms of getting, employed, especially, by these international actors. So in that sense, people were very happy to go, even though their ECTS rates were not accepted. When it comes to degrees, it's a little bit tricky. I covered it very well when it comes to enigmatic centers, and enigmatic centers are, institutions that kind of facilitate and help the recognition of diplomas if you need to recognize them. If you do not need to recognize them, why bother? You don't recognize them. However, I did, speaking of friends, I did have experience, with friends who had such a huge problems and getting their diplomas even through enigmatic centers, accredited, that they decided to leave the country. And this is actually, one side effect that at the end of the day, Germany was happy about because they went to the EU or Germany, And my country, which is a sad part, didn't bother, they didn't flinch. Because in a lot of cases, people who do study abroad come with foreign degrees are in some countries, at least this is in the Balkans, something like that, they are seen as a potential threat to those well-connected circles of power who do not like to see those, people with foreign education, they don't like to have their status quo disrupted. And that's why they don't bother even having those people around. But when it comes to my personal experience, I can even say, while I was, after getting my Erasmus Mundus in global studies, as I said, to Austria and Germany, I even didn't have that kind of smooth transition to my PhD program, which is kind of paradox. I did have my Erasmus Mundus within the EU. I continued 2 years later. I continued with my PhD. However, German bureaucracy demanded that I had to, send certain additional documents in order that my EU, at the end of the day, diploma gets, a German seal of approval. And that cost me literally 6 months, 1 semester, which I kind of, quote unquote, lost in that process, and I had to start my PhD in the summer semester instead of the winter semester, February next year instead of October this year, which was, of course, again, a learning process. But I also came here not to tell you and not to talk to you, but I'm also here to learn from you, and I would really, I don't know if we'll have time during the Q&A session, but I would be very interested to hear from you guys, especially from those of you who already graduated, who are alumni, who are working. What was your experience when it comes to, diploma recognition? What do you kind of recommend your younger self? What do you recommend today? Your colleagues, your friends, when you recommend people to study abroad? And I assume that you do recommend people to study abroad. I don't think anyone who goes abroad will ever discourage anyone to go abroad. In any case, bottom line, I would say when it comes to recognition, both of the ECTS and the diplomas, it is an obstacle. However, I don't think it ever was, and I don't think it ever should be an obstacle for someone to go to study abroad for a semester, for a year, for a whole master, for a whole PhD. At the end of the day, what matters is your experience that you gathered during your study period abroad, and not at the end of the day, grades or time if you study one semester longer or shorter. And I'm very curious if you agree if there are any challengers in this topic. I'm very happy to rest about this topic. Thank you very much.
Very nicely put, want to talk about different obstacles. Just from my personal mobility. When I started, I knew, okay, I'm going to study in these universities, but I did not know whether it will be a joint degree or a dual degree. And a lot of current students might relate to this situation. Some of you will get a joint degree, some of you might get a dual degree. You can search what is the difference. For me, I had no idea. So at the end, what I got was two different degrees, one from Spain and one from Hungary. And I got a certificate from 3 universities, Spain, France, and Hungary. But the certificate is not a diploma, it's just a certificate. So, yeah, for later, in my career, wherever I want to, let's say, apply, I often use the Hungarian national full degree. So, even though I have a joint degree, but on paper, it's a dual degree. So I can either use this or that. So this is also an interesting perspective that also was taken into account in the discussion phase of creating this blueprint for the European degree. Because EMA being a associate partner of 2 of the pilot projects that collaborate in this program, we gave our input, these different problems that was faced by different students and alumni. But we'll come back to it also. We'll open the floor to the students, to the alumni, and also to the coordinators. They can also give some input. But even though there is obstacle, as you mentioned, currently, so it gives an added benefit in the job market. In the world of decarbonization and digitalization, you need to step.
An experience that I want to share with everybody. So I went on an international academic mobility Erasmus Plus to the Czech Republic in my master's degree. And what I was required to do in the semester that I went is to have an internship because I was doing a professional master's degree. So my ECTS were based on that professional experience of the internship. Thankfully, I found an internship when I was in the Czech Republic. I finished it, and obviously when I came back in July, I was expecting a very smooth transition that I would get, my recognition, and I would just get on with my way. They refused to give me my master's degree because they didn't believe that my internship in the Czech Republic was, let's say, valuable enough or good enough. I had to do a second internship in Morocco. So I did that, and I'm never going to go mobility again. I just want to get a PhD because honestly, as Samir said, it's something that's it shines in your CV, but it also shines in the fabric of who you are as a person. Like you can tell when you speak to somebody who has been international mobility experience. It's something that molds you for the rest of your life. So I would never replace that again. But again, when it comes to recognition, the very reason why we're having this panel is because there are still issues all over the world. And I think especially, unfortunately, in my country and in North Africa and Africa in general, people who work in administrations don't necessarily see what is the structure and what is the value of these programs. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing the obstacles also you faced. Even though we have obstacles, maybe I'll before I go to the question and answer session, maybe Dr. Shah, any last advice from maybe both of you? Obstacles, but what would be your advice to potential prospective Erasmus Mundus joint master degree students, the current students, if you have any advice?
My advice is to go because that's what I see from my students. Who goes to the joint degree when he or she goes to a new research lab. So he or she see a new environment, new people, and there might be some new advancement in the research work. They are working in the same field, but they are working in another way. Maybe the collaborative work could get a better result, and maybe can be quick and efficient work. So it is always helpful, and one important thing is that it connects people from all around the world. The more connection you have, the more care value you have. Thank you.
My advice would be ask around. You see, we have EMA, we have program representatives, country representatives, who can connect you with alumni and students of the interested programs. So ask around, make sure that your decisions are well informed before you make the real decisions. This is a master program, it's 1 to 2 years of working. Even with the funding from the EU, with Erasmus Mundus scholarships, but you invest your time, efforts, and your life into that. So make sure that it is well-informed decisions. Thanks a lot.
Insightful discussion from the panel. Now we'll go to question and answer session very shortly, but before the question and answer session starts, maybe we would like to hear the perspective of our AMJ coordinators. Maybe a question to the coordinators, if anybody would like to answer. The context is a lot of AMJ programs were partnering with universities that are outside of Europe. On one side, you see US, Canada, Brazil. On the other side, you see China, Japan, India. Different programs, they have one semester in business studies. So my question to actually all the coordinators who would like to take the opportunity is how do you collaborate with partner universities on these institutions, and what about the acceptance of these joint degrees internationally? If anyone would if any of the coordinators would like to maybe share their thoughts.
Çibo olabilir. Ama çibo çekirdek bulamıyoruz. Kahve dünyası. Şu insana gidebilir. Çok sert yani.
It's okay, but
Yani bulamıyorum.
Ne kadar? Şey 500 lira.
Ne?
Espresso.
Maybe I can explain why I don't have any thought about that. I don't have any experience with collaborations with institutions outside Europe, the EU, not Europe, the EU. And also because I'm a bit confused by the words joint degrees, because in most of the international your published, I think, let me know if I'm wrong, there is a slight confusion between what is a degree and what is a program. I'm very proud to coordinate a joint program, and I'm not very keen to dive into a joint degree. I have a small idea of what would be the demand behind that in terms of paper works and stones to move, if not mountains. And also, I'm not very sure of the added value for the students themselves. Because a lot of students are very happy with multiple degrees. Their CVs is very clear. One master from a renowned university, another master from a renowned university, and a clear explanation of the framework that Erasmus Mundus excellence program, blah, blah, blah. I'm happy with that, and I don't know any added value of a joint degree. That is my point, can be discussed.
Thank you for this point also. Maybe I open the floor for questions. If any students, alumni, I see Razi raising his hand on this side. One question from here.
Thank you so much for this wonderful discussion. So I would like to ask a question about the blueprints on the degrees. So my question is like how the blueprints and the degrees can help for the admission process, even through the applying the opportunities in the European countries, other than those who had like those who are not part of the other program. So how it could be helpful for that? Thank you.
Anybody would like to answer?
Yeah, sure.
How the European degree might be helpful for the students?
Nerede
with
saklıyor?
blueprints.
With the blueprint. So what was unveiled by the European Commission in March, the blueprint for the European Union, how it will be helpful
Can,
to the students.
can I elaborate?
Yeah.
So, for example, if, so as like I'm the alumni from my program, Geotech, so I found like a lot of difficulties in the revision process. So when I started applying in the countries, like those countries where my degree is not recognized, like for example, my degree is recognized from Portugal, Germany, and Spain. So I started applying to other opportunities in Belgium and other. So they asked me to give me recognized degree from their country, like from Belgium. So my question is how the blueprints in our degree can be helpful to like to apply to the overall evolution.
Pakistan'da falan da var. Zaten Boston'a davet
Do you get my point?
I can also give my perspective on this because as part of some of the events, also the final event that was done in April in Brussels. So the idea is, say what our panelists were also mentioning, you did a degree, let's say, joint master degree between Germany and Austria. You might also need to get it recognized in Netherlands if you are going for a PhD there. What they are trying to do here is create a framework.
Alet.
And if you follow their mandatory criteria, which is called for council recommendation, any universities on voluntary basis, they come together, they follow this criteria, they
provide a very complete advice. So,
30
from my
seconds.
personal experience, not from my experience as legal director, it might sound counterintuitive, but my advice for a recent graduate on a student visa that they want to transfer to a graduate visa is make sure it's even recognized in the country where you got it. Because from my experience, I was applying for a graduate visa in the UK, and I'm a graduate of UK University, which is my host university, and it's a very prestigious university that I won't name. But apparently, the university has to send a list of everybody who graduated to the immigration authorities. This is done through a system. It's not somebody filing it per se. And apparently, when you apply for a graduate visa, the system shows whether the university has sent your graduation certificate to the immigration authorities or not. Again, this is supposed to happen automatically. But me being a lawyer, I was like, okay, let's be cautious. And I sent the university, I'm applying to this graduate visa. Please make sure you make all the necessary arrangements. And they said, okay. So I applied for a visa that's supposed to take usually around 5 days or 2 weeks.
Şey diyeceğim, bak ben bir şey fark ettim. Bir burada kadraja bak. Sen dedin ya, kafalar giriyor. Ben onu burada görmüyorum.
Evet, fark ettim.
Niye öyle acaba? Buradan bakıyorum, temiz görünüyor. iPhone'dan dolayı mı acaba?
Tam ya, bir kafası kaldı da çok içeride.
Tamam.
Eventually, 2 months into
Götürür.
being stuck into the UK, I started my investigations and found out that there was an error in my
Evet,
system
bu
which
yeni son
originated from my visa that resulted in my university not even sending my certificate of acceptance to the immigration authorities, and I was basically 2 months waiting for nothing. So it's really funny how the administrative system can really prejudice you due to very simple technical errors. If I were to go back, I wouldn't even tell the universities, please make sure you make all the necessary arrangements. I would say, please give me proof that you made all the necessary arrangements. Please give me screenshots, documents that prove that you've sent all my documents to the immigration authorities. And now it's become my mission that every semester I call and send multiple emails from different emails to the university immigration desk that please make sure you send everybody's transcripts to the immigration authorities because I don't want somebody else to happen like this again. So make sure your degree is even recognized where you graduate, otherwise you can never get a graduate visa, unfortunately.
True. I think it's good advice for current students also.
Ya 3 saatimiz var. 25 dakika. 3 saat gibi geçiyor.
Hello, I am Pratik from India. I'm a representative of program of governance and administration of sports and leisure from France, University of the coordinators, and I'm working as international affairs coordinator also with the league. My question is slightly long, so I'll just give a context and then ask the question. So first of all, just to top the answer of Samir about not looking at the grades but the international experience of the students. The question is for everyone. So do you think that the recognition of that degree should not just hold a unique spot for employers, but should also include the recognition of the degree like they would recognize an EU citizen on another degree? What are your thoughts on these degrees being treated in a mediocre way, like being not chosen out of thousands of applicants around the world to specialize in this topic?
Any of our AMGM graduates would like to comment?
If I correctly, you would like that our degrees are a bit go higher up on the list when you apply for a job?
No, I mean that looking at the factors that our degree holds, and the fact that we are chosen by the EU, you recognize universities, multiple ones, but after the thousands of applicants, and the degree is approved by the Commission itself, shouldn't we be treated in a less mediocre way? Because I bet that everybody here who is a student or the alumni, they have felt that these degrees are not, being treated, they're not recognized in the hearts of the employers and the EU recruiters itself, and the authorities as well, when you go to the government as well. So I think, that's my
Yeah, I don't think we should be treated any better than anyone else. Because I think if there is an assumption that those who receive Erasmus Mundus scholarships are better than those who didn't do it, are more quality, in that sense better, then these people will anyways and anyhow prove that during the interview process. So if that's the point. So I think we shouldn't be given any, extra points solely because of the fact that we were given the scholarships, because if we want to admit it or not, all of us have met also Erasmus Mundus scholarship holders who were mediocre. I mean, it's not that all of us are geniuses.
The culture has to be changed, is what I'm saying, just to talk about that.
Yeah, I do think the recruiters, when they see that you study, in Spain, Finland, and Chile, I think you will get extra points compared to someone who didn't. Compared to someone who only studied in Germany. If you wish, or not. Because this is a part of this international experience, and that when the European Commission was interviewing the recruiters during the tracer study that they do every 3 to 5 years, 7 years, the recruiters did say that they do favor international experience. Now, we are maybe privileged in a way that we got money and scholarship by the European Commission to gather this European international experience. But I think we do already get these extra points. I don't know maybe what someone else would have to say, but...
I just want to add up a very quick thought about that. So, recruiters or employers, they have two qualifications. One is a minimum requirement. So you have at least a bachelor degree or master degree in some areas, and then maybe some years experiences, then desirable qualification of requirement, like you have extra something like that. So our recognition for foreign degrees is to also have recruiters understand the values or the standards of your degrees. Even though it might be unfamiliar to them, so local employers, they might not understand about international cooperation at Erasmus Mundus or other exchange programs. Therefore, they must need some legal support in understanding and recognizing this degree compared to other degrees as a minimum requirement. And then you need to prove yourself as well as you have more desirable requirements so that they can employ you. Doesn't mean that you have a degree and then you can get a job automatically. So we still go through the recruitment process and after 3 days. Yeah. That's a quick sentence.
Türkiye'nin sorunu bu işte.
Thank you. I think we're out of time. I see the timekeeper looking at me very angrily. I don't want to make her more angry.
Zaman aştı.
But I think
Herkes
we
yormuyor,
can have
söyle
this
bana bak.
discussion, no? It is a very good point. Point of view of the recruiter. We can continue this discussion after this also, privately. What was your experience as an alumni? Did you get an advantage? Or you were at a disadvantage compared to your competitors who can learn from each other? Now is the end of the formal session for today. Coming up is EMA Awards, a bit more fun. But before that fun, we cannot have fun if we keep our panelists tight on the stage. So
You need to release us from our role.
Now I will slowly move forward. To the next session, I will hand over to Disha and Sharon. So big round of applause for both of them.
Alright guys, let's go. But before we go, we gotta move, right? Alright, everyone, get up. Sitting is not good for your back. Trust me, I know. That's why I'm rolling back. I take it everywhere. Anyway, you don't care about my medical problems. I don't want to hear about your medical problems. That's why we're gonna move. Yalla? Come on, get talking. Yalla! Okay, now Sharon is gonna, I'm not told her about any of this, so let's see if she can follow my instructions.
Geniş al,
Okay.
geniş al.
First thing, take your right hand out, and you're gonna do a small stretching exercise that's also cute, which is very important. You're gonna do this, and push it out. Okay, now do the same with the other hand, but like this. Now, what you're gonna do is bring your hands together, touch at the palm, trust me, guys, do it. Touch at the palms, come on man. So you're making a heart. Yeah. You got this, alright, now, I'll tell you something, I'm very disappointed with today. I know you all hate me, but I'm very disappointed with today, because we keep doing this, don't worry about it. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm disappointed with today, because I didn't get to do my favorite part from last year's EMA. And Dr. Ashikur Rahman, you're amazing, but you've let me down today. I'm joking, yes. Now that you have the cute, awesome hearts in your hand, look to the person next to you and say, Emma is you, Emma is me, Emma is us. Okay, amazing. Now, Sharon, you've been amazing, beautiful, wonderful, resplendent. Get off my stage. I'm kidding. Do we want to remove the chairs, Raquel? Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, now I'm going to, let's sit. No, sorry. Here we go, let's sit. Give me my papers so I can forget what I want to say today. I have some words for you. Alright, I have some words for you all. Remember, we won't be needing slides. We're fine. We are going impromptu, except not, because you can see the papers in my hand, right? Yalla. Awesome. I'll let you guys sing Yalla and Habibi before the night is out. Yalla Habibi. Yalla Habibi. So I'm going to put my papers down here. Awesome. Now, let's pretend I just didn't make you guys do kawaii hearts. Let's pretend I didn't make you do that, alright? And let's pretend I had gravitas. So, let's start. Someone once started a speech that shook the world with the words, friends, Romans, countrymen. Today, I cannot even hope to compare with the socio-political, impact of that speech. But in terms of the honor afforded to me today, in terms of the gravitas of this moment, in terms of the emotions involved in this event, in this, what's the time? 5:46 p.m. in Istanbul, Turkey. This event is known as beautiful and rewarding for me because it's with you guys. Okay. But like all beautiful and rewarding things, you need a team to go through it with you. You need your fellow co-conspirators. My team today, in addition, and y'all are here, y'all are always my team, but my team today specifically is going to be the beautiful, resplendent, sublime Shine Coutinho, and okay, and the amazing president, you might have heard of him, Dr. Ashik Rahman. Yeah, he's spoken a few times. And speaking of teams, right? Sorry, I got you. Speaking of teams, the EMA team, right? Let's talk a bit more about the EMA team. In this room and watching from home, with us and beyond, the EMA team, EMA in general, is a place where your actions speak louder than your words. Your impact is distinct and incalculable. Your hard work, your sweat and tears, and hopefully not blood. Question. Hopefully not blood, but sweat and tears are not just spent in vain, but used to fertilize and make breeding grounds for a better tomorrow. So, I know I'm talking about abstract things, but I also want to say that I've been an active member at EMA for like a year now. And during my time at EMA, I learned to say that you have won is never the case. What do I mean by that? Because at EMA, you don't win alone. We are everyone here. We all are standing on the shoulders of giants. We are standing on the shoulders of those who have paved the path for us. And even now, we are tightrope walking over a safety net of support from our friends, family, and colleagues. So, starting this EMA award ceremony with saying friends, Roman countrymen, to me, is no longer appropriate. To me, I want to start this amazing evening and then stop it. No, but you guys can go home afterwards. I want to start this evening and this ceremony by saying good evening, my fellow EMA members, because to me, EMA are my friends, my colleagues, my compatriots, my partners and co-conspirators in crime. Not a lot of crime. I'm joking with crime. It's metaphorical crime, guys. Don't worry about it. So when one of us wins, all of us are actually winning. This is where you guys clap. Of course, tall words require distinctive action. Over the next, hopefully not too long, 10, 20 minutes, we will recognize key members who have gone above and beyond and done our organization and generation proud. They are a bunch of change makers who have paved the way for the change makers of tomorrow and also made life a lot easier for the rest of us. Not gonna lie, because we are all in this together, right? To quote a very famous and important movie, we are all in this together. To facilitate this effort, I'd like to invite on stage Helen Vanegas, who you've seen before. She's amazing. Let me introduce her again to you all. Helen Vanegas is a project advisor for the Erasmus Plus International Alumni, who is also involved with the European Education and Cultural Executive Agency and the European Commission. We'd love to have you. Please come forward. I'd also like to invite our amazing Vice President, Rudraj Trivedi. Please come forward. And last,
well, we appreciate all of you
we'd like to take this opportunity to jump into the EMA award session, and well, all of us here are volunteers and have contributed greatly into EMA. There's some individuals that we will like to appreciate today. I would appreciate all of you. We also like to point out some of the individuals who made it possible for us to be here in Istanbul, and we made our stay to be comfortable. I believe you're all well fed, you're happy, and so let's jump on straight to it. So on stage, I'd like to welcome one, Nishan Paudel. A round of applause.
Hakan.
Okay, so we go straight to Rajon Guyan. Rajon, round of applause. A round of applause for Rajon, please. I'd like to welcome one, Raquel Galeno. She has an eye for talent, for talent and opportunities. Collins, San. Oh, I'd like to welcome Collins on board. Collins, please, from the partnership department. I'd like to also welcome a beautiful woman, Razan Rashid, from the Communication and Health. One, Dr. Tarun Kumar, from Research and Innovation Unit. We cannot all be here without mentioning one very important department, the Chin department, finance. So, using Zoom, another place for please. I'd like to welcome also Razi Aman from the Legal and Internal Affairs Unit. And unfortunately, the following individual was not able to join us from the Project Support Unit. I believe she's following us online. Shinam Jain, a round of applause for her. To wrap up our awarding ceremony, there are two individuals that we also like to appreciate. Unfortunately, also they couldn't join us in absentia. Can you please give a round of applause to one, Manasseh Makesh and Shaheen Katie for their immense contributions to our ceremony and making it a better success. Thank you. Yeah. So Ashukuru will take. Yeah, we all first time.
Yes, I'm very pleased. I was asked to deliver these certificates, but indeed I know that the voluntary work is very hard, and this is really true, because without your involvement, EMA could not function. So that's the reason why you receive these certificates, and we want to thank you with this nice recognition.
As we wrap up, we also like to appreciate one, Rutu Raj. A round of applause for Rutu Raj. And with that, we can have a photo session.
Should be far away.
Okay, so tonight we'd also like to appreciate some of our students who participated in the EMA Concept Quest project. So these two individuals developed very interesting projects. They'll come on stage and give us a brief pitch on what they did. Can you guess what they did? Can someone guess? I think one of the things they did was mentioned today in the morning. Can someone take a wild guess what? Anyone? Okay. So maybe they'll come and tell us more about what they do. So I'd like to welcome one individual. They developed an e-learning platform named Alliance for Innovation One, Brenitka Indra Chesa. Round of applause. The next individual I'd like to welcome on stage is not only, she's thinking ahead of pursuing your joint master's degree program, and she developed a project named Be Employable. And so it's to improve employability of us EMA Erasmus students. And I'd like to welcome one, Anna Rudoko. And while we welcome them on stage, so congratulations. I just mentioned their projects, but I think all of us are not very clear what they did. So I'd like to give this opportunity for them to tell us what actually their projects entail, because in one or another, we can be able to benefit from their work.
So, hello everyone, good evening. I'm Reviantika from Indonesia, and I was alumni of SOG, European Joint Master in Social Work with Children and Youth. I'm also alumni of SOG, so both of us are from the same program. So maybe many of you are asking, like, what is the project that I'm proposing? I'm sure that all of you here, before become alumni or student, we're doing the administration process first. You write your CV, you make your motivation letter, you find the recommendation letter and everything. So all of you has to pass that process before getting the scholarship. And in the second discussion, we discuss about the digital technology that we cannot separate from our life now. So my project is combining between the digital technology and also the administrative process. That's why we can make EMA e-learning platform. Many of you also know that not everyone has the opportunities to learn directly from someone, or there is no alumni. So with this platform, I hope that everyone from all the country, despite the different background, they can have this equal opportunity to be the EMA, to join, to become the Erasmus Mundus students. So I would like to invite you, of course, to participate. It's just initial, it's just beginning, it's gonna be a long way. And yeah, come, let's make it together and bring bigger opportunities to everyone around the world. Thank you.
Hello everybody. So yeah, as Brianna said, I'm also studying in Sochi. We're just from different cohorts. So I think I should also say thanks to our program, as we can see the result. So my name is Anna Dakova. I'm from Russia, and my project is about employability of Erasmus Mundus students and alumni. This is what we mentioned today because I feel like it's very needed by all of us. It's kind of this painful point for many of us. So our project is not digital, it's designed to be in person and is designed for all European and non-European students so that everybody can gain something from it. And it's mostly targeted on equipping Erasmus Mundus students with soft skills needed to empower Erasmus Mundus students and alumni to network because even LinkedIn, it's so popular in Europe, but it's not popular in many countries and people simply don't know about this opportunity. And also, very important, it's about making workshops with experts, about making proper CV and portfolio. Because those who already looked for a job after graduation, I think many people face this issue that different countries, they have different requirements, different focus, and sometimes alumni, they don't know how to properly put their skills in their portfolio and CV. So I believe that it can be really useful because, this is a situation now that European Union gives a scholarship for us to come and to study, and European Union invests in us, and many of us want to stay, but we can't because we don't have these proper, simple things to stay and to work because we can't find what we need, and we are not aware of visa things, etc. So yes, I really hope that this project can see life, can be born in reality, and if somebody can have any suggestions or any discussion, any ideas, whatever, everything is welcome, and I would appreciate your insights on this. Thank you.
So this is also a call to you. You can actually apply for these projects. There's normally a call, it's open, and Emma will see you through the project support unit. Thank you. And I'd like to hand it over to Diksha now.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I knew you were amazing, resplendent, transcendent, and thank you, Alois. We hope to see your project in the highlights next year. Yes. All right. So, China started us off strong. So let's keep the ball rolling, yeah? Let's talk about the international poster competition this year. Right? Drum rolls, please. I appreciate that. All right, 74 plus posters submitted. Yes. 15 top finalists, 3 major winners who are here with us in this room. And let's call them up on stage so we can point at them and applaud because they deserve it, honestly. I'd like to invite, but before I invite them all, let's also bring forth the person responsible for a major chunk of this initiative. I would like to have Dr. Tarun Kumar Agarwal on stage, please. He's the director of the Research and Development Unit. He's amazing. Let me go. Awesome. So can I have Camelia Hanani on stage? Thank you, Camelia. And after that, I would like to keep the ball rolling with Peter Musa. I believe you all had the pleasure of hearing him speak today, this afternoon. Thank you for your amazing work, and we look forward to seeing your achievements in the future. And I would also like to invite, last but not the least, John Vincent Tumaning. I'm very happy, honestly, as one of the people who benefited from the poster competition.
Thanks to the director for bringing her in this role. And now we see that a lot of things are happening. We got all inclusive articles from the commission. We are able to get the forward from the commission. A lot of articles received. Very beautiful design. So, I know these people are spending, let's say, more than 12 hours per day for EMA activities. So why we should not make them motivated enough to be in the next management board? So these are the reasons why because of you people, our association is running really smoothly. Because of you people, we have the confidence that we can take any challenge. let's say EMA magazine just said 2 months ago, and now it's about to be busy. Let's say international push-up competition team. While someone asks me, hey, you need the judge for hours, I know that there is someone who can be the best judge. Let's say professor from the university. So these are the things, and we want to really acknowledge and accept these things very positively. So these are the reasons why you three are getting this initial excellence award. Of course, you will be sharing on our website. Of course, you will be, let's say, you put it to the next version of the 20-year celebration things, because I just checked and I found last year who got EMA awards, like Presidential Excellence Award, 2 of them already featured 20-year celebration, like there is a big magazine. Pawan Kumar Sinha and Diana, Didi, the famous Didi, they already famous, like all the information Commission collected from our website, and they make it visible in their annual, let's say, survey report. So, this is how we are doing together. So, thanks to you. Please keep on doing the things that you are doing. And please, for all of you, these are our inspiration. We shouldn't take always inspiration. We have to be the inspiration for others. So, this is the message for everyone. Thank you so much.
I wanted to see how many of you are paying attention just now. It's definitely not because I made a mistake, for sure. So I also didn't want to put live, it's totally intentional, guys. So amazing. But we also have a President Excellence Award for projects. Do you know which project won it this year? Who wants to shout out the guests? Shout out the guests. Who you think won? Name any project. Any project. Oh wait, what's that name? Please say it again.
Mindful Mundus.
Oh, interesting. I'm very pleased to announce that Mindful Mundus has Thank you so much for all your hard work.
So this is on the project. I learned a lot from the project. Those who didn't browse our YouTube, you missed already a lot of things. You can get a lot of videos there. And it's not only project for like project things. It is something like for life. Work-life balance thing. You can learn from there. So a lot of things. I really appreciate the brackets of the team. Okay, I know she was the leader. Yes, so I really appreciate that. And please go for the mindfulness class. Not really as a fund. Next time we can go for Erasmus class funding, please, okay? I do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And just a word for anyone that's here, and tomorrow we have co-creation sessions. Mindful Mundus came out of a brainstorming session in Copenhagen 2 GAs ago. Yeah. So this is what happens when you get together. You throw an idea out, and then you find people that want to do it. So food for thought for tomorrow.
Amazing words. Yes, let's take a photo. But while they do that, let me also gather you guys some more. Amazing words, Raquel. Honestly, because ideas are not just ideas, right? They have to be. It's the execution that matters. It's the inspiration, the vision, the mission that every single member is putting in there. So I don't want you guys to be sitting there next year. I want you guys on stage. Probably not next to me because I might not be emceeing after what I did today. But if they let me MC next year, you guys should be here as well. What do you guys think? You want to be here on stage for EMA Awards next year? Taking your bows? Yeah? You guys will do your best to execute and try new things and just make EMA amazing, right? Right? Rather than making you look like cards again. Yes? Yes, amazing. Alright, amazing. So, with this, I am giving my stage to Dr. Ashikur Rahman.
who are received the awards, it was not in the agenda or not in the website. There were 4 different categories. While they were announced in the website from EMA, APL will do this. It's called, let's say, EMA Awards Ceremony 2024. Last year, after COVID, we had a lot of candidates. So last year we made all 4 different categories. This year there was also a lot of categories, but following the judgment from 2 high-level judges, we finally made 2 category people can go for these 2 different awards. The other is a lifetime achievement award. So we find some other education, but we feel that no, they should spend more time in EMA, then they can go for lifetime things, So finally we decided to go for 2 different awards. It's called EMA Rising Stars. Back in 2016, I was EMA Rising Star, and now I'm the president. So those who are the rising star today, maybe you are the next president after 5-6 years, or maybe the next management board time. So there's 2 different awards: EMA Rising Stars and EMA Ambassador of the Year Award 2024. At the same time, for information, we received really a good number of applications. All the people who submitted the, let's say, interest to be the awardee for this, we found the difference is like 35.6 times 6. So it's like just 0.5 difference. That's like 2 hours ago, I called my friend Marcelo to be related this time. He was the responsible person to make the final decision. I called him that what you put here is really something like a squad solution. Then he discussed with some other people, with the judges, and finally we decided, okay, this year we are going for 2 awards for EMA Rising Star, 2 awards for EMA Ambassador of the Year. Last year it was 1-1. Next year hopefully it will be 1-1. So the competition was really something like, oh my God, outstanding. When I asked him, he said, okay, go for this one. When I called him again, no, go for the other one. So it was like really something, 3 judges was there. The number was like really minimal distance difference. So finally we decided, okay, this year, it's not like we're breaking the rule. It's something like those are deserving, they are getting the awards. And for information, for these types of awards, for this types of competition, concept-based competition, the judges actually are not from the MRT. The judges are always from outside, someone else who are really experienced. Let's say for the international concept competition, no one from the MRT actually was the judges. The judges were from the different Erasmus Mundus program or different other programs, like other programs. So these are also be the same. So this is the way how we are making transparent everything. So this is the reason why they should get the microphone to me. You put your announcement in? Okay, I can go to another name and have it here. So this is the award that all people are looking for, because this is something actually gives extra credentials, officially announced awards, official everything, and hopefully these are the people who will be the next president, vice president, something like that. Because these are like award tradition always, but those who will apply, don't feel like, oh my God, I am not the next president. No, it's not like that. You can always take the challenge and you can break the rules. So this year, the EMA Rising Star Award, the first one, is going for Shapak CFA, right? Who can confirm Shapak? Second one, the very minimal difference. That's why we chose the 2 people for this year. The second one is Mr. Abraham Idris from Pakistan, right? He was last year, and now he's here. Look, this is how hard you were doing today. Okay, I think when you hear this name now, you feel okay, this should get on. This is something that you can understand from your feelings. So the ambassador, EMA Ambassador of the Year 2024 goes to Mr. Farsin Ali. Mr. Farsin Ali. who could be one, okay? I can give you some hints, and you can identify who's the person. Let's say that person will be from Asia. Let's say the person maybe is here. Now, who can tell me? Any idea? Let's say in the room, she has a different costume. Year 2024, it goes to Miss Yoko. Thank you so much, those who are making great difference, and you are keep continuing this activity, okay? I gave you a hand. He said, back in 2016, I was a racist. So, you can count the time, okay? Thank you so much. So we are about to finish, let's say, day one. There is a day for annual conference. This is the end of the annual conference. But before ending this, I would like to hand over the microphone maybe for the last word because we are ending.
Gerildik artık ya.
First annual conference.
Bitirin ya.
Tomorrow we can see
Kavga etmeyecek burada. Ekip birbirine girecek. Bir şey
some of the
bilmiyorum
participants who are self-funded are joining tomorrow.
Geride beni ya.
Those who are fully funded from, let's say, commission side from EMA.
Hakan şöyle gel de yayına girme.
Microphone to Ms. Helen, if she wants to say something.
Thank you, Ashiko. So this is the closing of the conference for this year, and I would like to thank you all of you to be present, and in particular Ashiko, the president. We had a really incentive review of the EMA this morning, of the activities, the outcome, and all over the day with the intervention of the different plenary sessions. We could have very interesting discussion. So I'm very impressed and pleased to be here. And I want to congratulate all of you. EMA, I mean, it's a successful program. It's celebrating in a few days its 20th birthday. The association is celebrating 18 years, so it's the majority. I mean, you are a grown-up organization, and we really want to support you to start to fly on your own, more step by step, but you deserve to grow. You are already well set up, you have a very well structured organization, and so you need to continue. And I understand you call for the future, for the renewal, so you have a good mentors. And I really hope that when you have a renewal of board and of manager, they don't leave you alone. I mean, you need to continue to pass the experience, but it's a teamwork, and so I wish you a great success. And tomorrow we will discuss specifically the association activities. So I will visit tomorrow as well. Thank you.
Okay, Rashid.
Yeni karta çekme. 2 dakika bize.
Okay, there's housekeeping, and Rashid will go for the last one. But before Rashid, from presidency side, just to mention, you have coordinators here. You have, let's say, partners, stakeholders, self-funded students for the day one. This is called a conference.
Çekmeyin.
Really sorry for this year. We will make it for you for the second day, but hopefully it's a good learning also for us that how we could make, let's say, use all the resources for the next edition. So dear ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, members of the association and those who are here or those who are watching online, as we go to close, like let's say, close this conference, 2024, I feel with a profound sense of pride and gratitude to it. We are really happy. You know, I do believe I learned all things from today. We had really outstanding plenary discussion. We had, let's say, a milestone presentation. We had spotlights. We had several things that actually I myself, you know, for 10 years never am learning. I do believe that you got some, let's say, key knowledge. You got something. Maybe next year you will contribute more and more. The idea is like give back to the community. This is where EMA actually stands. We want to give back to the society. We want to give back something to the community for their learnings. So as we move forward, please let us scale us with the insights and connections we have gained here. I'm not finishing the things, but I would like to thank you so much. Because of you, we made it today. Because of you, the success we can result tomorrow. You know, the idea is like, even if I carry the closing for today, but keep in mind, in the agenda, the next 1 hour is the individual race. When you say individual race, in EMA, there is no race things, you know. We always call individual networking. So now we have the time. Okay, we have the dinner at 8. So 7:30, right? 7:30 to 8. So by this time, if you want to exchange your, let's say, visiting cards, business cards, if you want to have more time to understand something, if you're leaving tomorrow, you have still options. If you want to make more photos, everything is okay here. So you have the 1 hour individual rest time, and then you're going for dinner together. But as this is a formal session, we would like to close the session for now. And thank you so much for joining us. As Krisha mentioned, analyze you, analyze me, analyze us. Thank you so much.
All right, who's ready for some rest and then dinner? Great. So just some important announcements for all of us, some housekeeping announcements. So the first one is that, does anyone know where we're meeting for dinner? All right, so we will be meeting in Paranoma Terrace at 7:45. So I would request you to be there at 7:45. Until then, we have some time for rest. If you want to relax a little bit, speak to other people. So this is the opportunity for you. Another thing is